Welcome back to Sustained Overruled. I am the anonymous attorney. Let's get back into, I believe 12E still understand cross-examination. So we're pretty much picking up from, I want to say last week, but it's really yesterday. Let's get into this. If I'm a little quiet, that's because I'm working in the background, okay? I have medical records to review. Let's get into it.
Required by Penal Code Section 1054.
Wait, what's going on?
That's required by Penal Code Section 1054, and it lists a number of areas that Mr. Levin is going to be testifying about. There's no mention in the summary.
They say Mr. Levitt. Who's Mr. Levitt? Mr. Who? Hold on. This is the last time I'm rewinding. We know that's not true. But what?
Code Section 1054, and it lists a number of areas that Mr. Levin is going to be testifying.
Mr. Who? Are they talking about ills? Because I know 12E is Phillips, I think.
Testifying about. There's no mention in the summary about him taking possession of the prop gun. And
so I guess that's the manager. I guess that's the manager. Okay, what's up, Jason? Okay, yeah, I figured it was the manager. Look at Jason. Jason's on top of everything.
What he did with it after.
Okay.
Now, there's a case called People versus Jackson. And that site is 15 Cal Court, 1197.
I thought Takapina said only Ills and who? Ills and somebody. Ills and 12E would be testifying.
In this case, the court completely precluded.
What's up, Jason?
Witnesses.
Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a really stressful day. I know it doesn't sound like it from my voice, but I'm having a really stressful day.
Oh, a defense witness. Because here, I'm going to quote from the case. Here, because the testimony was allegedly exculpatory, the trial court refused to believe defense counsel did not seriously consider calling the witness until moments before he did. Even if withholding the identity of the witness was not willful, lesser sanctions would not have been adequate. Immediate disclosure or contempt of counsel would have been insufficient because the people would not have had a meaningful opportunity to rebut or impeach the statement. Similarly,
let's see, what's Jason saying? Jason said about the prop gun, 12E and livid witnesses, no ills. I thought Ills was testifying. I mean, if Ills is not testifying, I guess it's good for the defense, but I probably would have called him as a state's witness. And the reason why I would do that is because I do not know that Ills and 12E can put together a coherent story or testimony. What's up, Benji? How you doing?
A continuance would have been inadequate because the declarant's whereabouts were unknown, right, and thus her unavailability precluded the people from cross-examining her. The people would have been unduly prejudiced by admitting the testimony without an opportunity for cross-examination.
I sat in on a deposition this morning. It lasted actually longer than I thought. I sat in on a deposition, not my client. It was the principal's client, but I don't know. I have to rework my prep for my deposition on Thursday because it's going to be the same defense attorney. So it just kind of threw me for a loop, but at least I have sufficient time to do that.
And the integrity of the adversary process would have been compromised, as parties with little to lose would be encouraged to not comply with pre-trial discovery rules. The court did not abuse its discretion in precluding the testimony.
Okay, what's going on? Don't tell me, Jason.
And this is what the court in Jackson also ruled. Rather than comply with reciprocal discovery rules by giving the people the name of the witness and the proposed testimony, he chose to surprise the people with the statement at trial.
Okay.
Admitting such potentially unreliable evidence, untested by cross-examination, would not only...
Jason, didn't I just tell you not to ruin it for me? Because I've not watched this, but okay. So I guess they found the prop gun, so no court on Wednesday. I suppose that makes sense. I'd assume that Takapina's folks, like the YSL folks, were actually reading the chat. Because a few people, not a few, actually a lot of people were wondering where the prop gun is. I believe Callie asked for the prop gun. Somebody else must have asked for the prop gun in the chat last week. That is insane. That is, I don't believe it, but okay.
Prejudice the people's case, but would have undermined the discovery process. So the situation we have is not quite like Jackson, but it approaches Jackson. I believe that under Jackson, I would have had the authority to preclude Mr. Levin from giving any testimony about this recently discovered evidence, or this information that was recently turned over to the police about him taking possession of the prop gun and what he did with it. If I did that, however, the defense case would be prejudiced. But then I'm also concerned about prejudice to the people, because this came late in the game. So this is the way I thought it could be remedied. So that
Takapina is definitely engaged in tactics. I saw that from the beginning, but it's becoming very clear.
Neither side is prejudiced, and both sides can fully present their case. Before Mr. Levin takes the stand, I required that he agree to a complete interview.
Yes, Benji, the judges basically reference case law. So, I guess he was referencing to case law in order to assist him in making a decision. Talked about the defense pretty much, or at least in that case, okay, in the specific case he referenced, the defense ambushed the prosecution, and the judge in that case, in order to remedy that issue, excluded or precluded the witness from testifying. So in this case, the judge is pretty much saying that he's not going to exclude the witness from testifying, but he is coming up with a resolution. Yeah, Brooklyn said this is dirty. I noticed that. Listen, folks, whether you believe that I'm an attorney or not, I am like Nostradamus, okay? From the very beginning, when Takapina started off, I said that I said, because he did something. I don't remember what he did in the very beginning, but it was the Rihanna thing. It was the Rihanna. It was the prop gun defense. There we go. It was the Rihanna thing, the prop gun defense. When he did that, I'm like, I don't know about this guy. And I said something along the lines of, he probably does not actually have anything. And when you don't have anything, you're going to start engaging in tactics. And that's what we are saying here. And Brooklyn said the man's dirty. Yeah. So I don't know, different ways to go, different ways of, I suppose, defending your client. Yeah. But this is here. I don't know. I've always been frank. I turn over my stuff. As prosecution, as defense, I turn over my stuff, because when I have a case, I have nothing to worry about.
By the prosecution, and I understand that happened.
Yes, after initially refusing to strike with us.
So
it's a few moments ago.
I also required that the person who took possession of the gun, the director in New York, that he be interviewed.
Somebody took possession of a gun in New York?
And if Mr. Levin testifies to anything that is inconsistent with any prior statements he made to this person in New York, that the tape can be played to
Wow.
impeach Mr. Levin's testimony, if there is any. So that's the way we're going to remedy to ensure both sides are treated fairly, neither side is prejudiced, both sides get to fully present their case. Now, I understand, Mr. Lewin, you interviewed Mr. Levin for a period of time, and you said some additional information has come forward that you did not have on Friday, which relates to the witness on the stand now?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, both from, it's going to be important.
What on
I don't
earth?
want to disclose it, but I can tell you that based on what we're being told now, there are.
Yeah, but the so-called discovery or recovery of this starter pistol has completely changed. It's going to change the outcome of the trial. Prior to this, I had not, I'd not vocalized exactly what I think the verdict will be, but I did have an idea. But even before listening to the testimony, this starter pistol does change my opinion. And then Jason says the prop gun video director, I believe, has the prop gun. Was he in California? Wait, what? Wait, I have questions, but let's get into it. And then I will be back tonight. I'm gonna stop here. I know I've said it this past week. I'm gonna stop around 5, and then I'll be back. Let's do 8:30. Let's do 8:30. So I will be back at 8:30, but obviously it's going to be a continuation, okay?
Of the current witness on the stand. With that in mind, I'm asking the court for an additional 30 minutes. And I understand the court is given 90. I'm going to ask for an additional 30 minutes. I can promise the court I will finish during that time.
All right, is this information?
Yeah, Jason, but how does that prop gun end up in California? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That you
And Jason, are you saying that Ilse is not testifying at all? Because if Ilse is not testifying at all as prosecutor, I'd call him on the stand.
did not have on Friday while you were cross-examining the witness?
I will finish during that time.
That's sufficient.
For additional 30 minutes, there are going to be questions I'm going to have to ask of the current witness on the stand. With that in mind, I'm asking the court for an additional 30 minutes. And I understand the court is given 90. I'm going to ask for an additional 30 minutes. I can promise the court I will finish during that time.
All right, is this information that you did not have on Friday while you were cross-examining the witness?
Yes, that is correct.
So when did you discover this additional information?
Well, I discovered it in speaking to the individual, just so it's clear, when they turned over the information last night, they still did not identify who the person was. And the court ordered that it be turned over.
I don't know, why is evidence suddenly being discovered during the actual trial? Does that make, to me, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I know what's going on, right? But I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Now I'm just confused because coming up here, when I started rolling this stream, my expectation was that I'd come in here, 12 would take the stand, we'll finish up cross, might get into redirect, maybe a little recross, and then we'd move on to what's his name? Ilse. That's what I was expecting, and it's completely different now. So I'm a little off balance.
I found out who the person was sometime around 8:30 this morning, and we were able to call him and we interviewed that individual.
Did his identity and contact information come from someone on the defense?
Yes, so eventually they supplied it. I sent a very nasty email explaining to them I wasn't asking for it. The judge ordered it, and they better turn it over. And they finally turned it over.
All right.
They interviewed him this morning. We then interviewed Mr. Levin, and there are, as a result of those two interviews, there are some issues that I now.
All right. Okay. All right. I had said.
Okay, so Brooklyn says Ilse is not coming in. To me, again, I think the reason why Ilse is not coming in is because Ilse and who? Ills and somebody, the person that's on the stand at the moment, their stories are not going to line up. That's my guess as to why the defense is not calling Ills.
Friday, 90 minutes, and that was in stone, 90 minutes. However, because of the new information, we'll get the additional 30 minutes.
We appreciate it.
So it's a total of 2 hours and not 121 minutes, 120 minutes.
Right, although you did say, Ron, you would let Michael counsel have the clock.
Yeah, I don't care who times it, but
You were a little quick on what you're Honor.
so it's going to be 2 hours from the time he takes the stand.
Yes.
I just want to remind everybody at council table, CCP 177 still applies. I'm not going to tolerate any speaking objections, arguing with the witness, arguing with each other, snide comments made to each other, and arguing with the decision of mine. That still remains in full force and effect. All right, let's bring in the jury.
Your Honor, there's one last thing that we need to put on the record. One, regarding the court's last comment, we just want to make sure we have to get into the grounds because we cannot respond if we don't get grounds. The court's ordered it, so I would just.
The defense is well aware.
Okay.
If there's an objection, the legal basis has to be, it has to be stated.
The second issue, Your Honor, the court said the court did not want to, quote, cast aspersions of either side. The court has found that this was not inadvertent.
That's right, and nothing more need be said about it. I did not find it was inadvertent. That's why I came up with the remedy I did. I don't want to talk any more about it than I already have. Let's bring in the jury.
The judge is tired.
Oh, and 12.
We can fast forward. Hold on. I'm asleep at the wheel. You guys know I need to hear every word, so.
Present. Mr. Phillips is on the stand. And Mr. Lewin, you may resume.
I want to first ask you, Mr. Phillips, have you had any contact, that means by text?
You guys, I've said this before, but the audio is just, it's atrocious. It's frustrating, but we're gonna, whatever.
Smoke signals, whatever it might be, in contact with the defendant or his attorneys since you were sitting in court on Friday?
No, sir.
So I want to go back to the end of the first incident. And you understand, when I say first incident and second incident, you understand what I mean, right?
If you could be more detailed, just so we can be on the same page.
Sure. So the first incident is going to be the incident by the parking garage by the W. The second incident is going to be where the shooting happened in the parking lot. So when I say first incident, I mean the first incident. Second incident is the one in the parking lot. You understand that now?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to ask you, how did the first incident by the parking garage entrance, how did that end? What caused that to end?
By me telling Rocky to go around the corner, and also by Ills, I guess, trying to calm down Red.
You would agree that that first incident ended only because there were literally people walking by the defendant as he took out that gun, correct?
No.
Do you remember people walking by the defendant as he had the gun out?
I remember seeing people walk up the hill, yes.
This is my question. Do you remember seeing individuals walking directly by the defendant after he removed the gun and had the gun in his hand?
I did not see individuals walking directly next to him.
Okay, let me show you. We're going to put up again people's 15. I want you to watch. You're gonna see steps. There's a gun out. Now they're off camera, and you see Sabit. Did you see two sets of footsteps that were walking from the direction to the left of the screen, past where you guys were all standing, to the right of the screen?
Yes.
And would you agree that if we rewind that, they are literally walking by? You can't see where they are, but you can see their feet. They are walking by literally the spot where the defendant has the gun at the time he has the gun out.
What's up,
Correct?
Cali girl?
Can I see it again?
Sure. So they're off screen now. There's the gun. Gun is put back.
Are you having a good day?
And there are those individuals. You would agree they've walked extremely close, if not directly by where the incident was occurring, correct?
They walk by us, yes.
So you would agree that if Mr. Mayers had decided to use that gun right at that point, that would have been directly in front of those individuals.
Can you rephrase it?
So if he had decided, I want to take that gun out, and I want to use it, I want to shoot it at Relly, that would have been done directly in front of those two people.
I can't answer a hypothetical question, but he did not do it on the screen.
Listen to my question. You just agreed that they were literally walking by the exact spot where this incident was going on, correct?
Yes.
So what I'm telling you, asking you, would you agree, sir, that if Rocky at that point, Mr. Mayers, had actually used the gun that we saw him remove, it would have been done directly in front of those people?
I can't agree because you see him going in the opposite direction, and you can see the people walking in another direction from him. You don't see them running. You don't see them trying to like evade anything. You just see them walking.
So I didn't ask you, sir, if in fact those individuals ever saw the gun. I asked you, would you agree that if he had decided to use the gun at that point, it would have been right where those people were, correct?
I can't agree.
All right. What after the first incident ended, would you agree that although
I know,
Relly-
Kelly, I know you're just joining, but there are new developments in this case. The prop gun was recovered, discovered, something along those lines. There's a witness that's going to testify to being in possession of the prop gun.
he was angry, he did not ever respond by pulling any weapon himself, correct?
Correct.
And would you also agree that as you're personally aware, Relly never had any weapon with him that you ever saw during either of these two incidents, correct?
Aside from using his hands, I didn't see anything else.
So I just asked,
Yeah, and this is an evasive witness. He still is not really answering questions. Girl, I don't know. I have the same questions. I'm like, from where? Takapina tried to pull some tactics. Brooklyn said he's dirty. So I don't know. I guess this is how criminal defense goes in New York City. So Takapina is giving California a little taste.
you about a weapon. Did you consider Relly's hands to be a weapon?
Honestly, yes.
Okay, so other than his hands, did he have a weapon? Gun, knife, club, any weapon that you saw?
To be honest, I only seen his hands, and his hands could be considered a weapon.
If you can answer the question I'm asking, it would be helpful. Listen to my question, sir. Did you ever see any weapon other than his hands in Relly's possession at any point during either of the two incidents?
I seen his hands.
The
Yes.
answer is no.
All right.
Your Honor, the court is
This is what he's asking. We understand that you believe
Yeah, and that's what I keep saying. I do not know how anybody can think that this is not a biased witness. this is a biased witness. Obviously, folks like him because he's testifying in a manner that, exonerates Rocky, if that's what you're hoping for. But this is a biased witness, okay? The credibility, I don't know. He has as much of a credibility issue as Relly does.
That Relly's hands were weapons. What he's asking you though is, did you see him with a gun at all? Anytime that night?
I said no. I said,
All right.
what?
Did you see him with a knife?
No,
Did you see him with a club?
no,
Did you see him with any kind of weapon that could be offensive weapon that could be used against someone else?
no.
Thank you, Ron. What is the first thing that you remember happening after the first incident ended? So what happened?
After the first incident happened, sorry, after the first incident happened, I just recall Rocky being around the corner first, because I told him to go. Also, Ills trying to calm Grell down, Rell in the back, kind of angry and like volatile, getting ready to make a move, but I'm telling Rocky, yo, leave. So that's the first thing I seen. First thing I seen was Rocky leave, then Ills speak to Relly, and then Relly start picking up more energy to like get closer to Rocky.
And it's your testimony at this point in time, you have not seen Relly hit anybody, correct?
Not yet.
Okay. And you've also talked about how large and muscular Relly is, correct?
Yes.
You mentioned that Relly is much stronger than you. He's much stronger than Ills. He's much stronger than Mr. Mayor, correct?
Yes.
So would you agree, sir, that the reason that Relly hasn't hit anybody at this point in time is because Relly didn't want to hit anybody at this point in time?
Question mark, what the state of mind speculation of it.
Read the question back, please, guys.
Would you agree, sir, that the reason that Relly hasn't hit anybody at this point in time is because Relly didn't want to hit anybody at this time?
Stay.
Was there anything preventing Relly from punching Ills?
At that moment, I feel like his eye was on Rocky. So I'm not too sure what was his state of mind. I'm not too sure.
I didn't ask you state of mind. I'm going to ask you again. He's right next to Ills, correct?
Yes.
Is there anything that would have stopped him from physically being able to punch Ills?
He did end up punching Ills.
You just testified that he did not punch Ills.
No,
Here's my theory. The reason why Ilse is not called is because there are no visible injuries. So I think they being defense would have a hard time convincing the jury that Ilse was in fact attacked if he can pretty much, get up there and testify to not having any injuries.
saying he did end up punching Ills. So can you explain it to me so I can understand?
Sure. I'm only talking about this first incident, all right? You're saying, you talked about how Relly is angry.
Yep.
And even though I didn't ask you, you interjected during the last question how Relly was, quote, planning his next move or about to make a move.
The projection argument.
Overruled. So my question is, since you said Relly was, quote, about to make a move, you would agree that at that point in time, we're still at the first scene, at the parking structure. There was nothing to stop Relly from punching Ills right at that time, correct?
Correct.
There was nothing to stop Relly from punching you at that time, correct?
I wasn't that close. It was space between us.
Well, did you ever see Relly charge you and try to punch you?
Yes, I did.
So you're telling me that at that first incident, you are now testifying that Relly tried to punch you?
I'm saying when we turned the corner, this is still a part of the same incident. I understand you trying to separate it, but it's still the same incident when he's coming around the corner.
And you're telling me Relly tried to punch you when he went around the corner?
Yes.
And can you tell us where in your statement you ever mentioned this fact that you're now testifying to?
Objection, Your Honor, it's not this statement. Into this.
It's a statement that they provided.
The objection's over.
You want me to show you?
And this is what I've said. The problems with what's his name, 12's testimony is that he keeps tacking on. Okay, as soon as he's cornered, I don't know if he has an epiphany and new facts come to him, or if he's creating facts on the spot. But that testimony does keep changing.
Statement?
I don't need to see the statement.
Have you ever told the defense that that Relly tried to punch you in this case?
I had to tell them that because you can see it clear on the video. He's coming towards me.
So you're saying he's coming towards you and
I don't know, folks. Folks, tell me, on that video that we watched at the parking structure, has anybody seen Relly coming towards 12 trying to punch him?
and you're saying he tried to punch you? Which is it? Did you physically see him with his fist try to punch you?
So, would you like me to explain? I can explain.
This is why that's why he's going to be on the stand for a little longer, because he provides information that he's not being asked. It's Mr. Lewin. He's not going to let go of him.
No, I want you to answer the question I've asked. Yes or no?
Yes. For one, after he hit Ills,
I don't know.
I heard him running towards me, and then that's when I juke and I run to the side.
Wait a minute, you just testified, sir, that Relly never tried to hit Ills at the first scene. That didn't happen until the second scene.
Okay, I'm explaining the whole situation. So to you, it might be one incident, two incidents. To everybody, it's just one incident.
No, sir, I clarified with you, and you told me you understood. We were talking about two separate incidents. I asked you specifically what happened during the first.
So the first incident.
I'm not done with my question. When I'm done, you'll know.
Judge, objection. When I'm done, we'll know. Argument in the bedroom.
Argument sustained as a statement.
Sir, please listen to my question. I'll let you know when the question is over. You were previously asked whether or not Relly hit Ills during the first incident. You said no. Do you recall that testimony?
Yes.
You are now saying that, in fact, Relly did hit Ills during the first incident, correct?
I'm not saying Relly hit Ills during the first incident. No, he did not hit Ills during the first incident.
So I want to be clear. I'll let you know when I'm talking about the second incident.
No problem.
So what I asked you is you would agree that had Relly wanted to hit either of the three of you, Ills, yourself, or the defendant, during the first incident, and between the first and the second incident,
Yes.
there was nothing physically from stopping him from doing that.
If we talk about the first incident, right?
Yes.
The first incident where he put his hands on Rocky.
Answer the question.
Okay, so the first incident, he did put his hands on somebody.
Your Honor, can the court, I have a limited time. The witness is repeatedly, intentionally not answering my questions.
All right, listen very carefully to the question and just answer the question. Okay,
And that's where I disagreed with Judge Arthur. I think that's his name, right? Or is it Arnold? One of the two. The part where I disagreed with the judge's ruling on putting a cap on the prosecution's cross is because under cross-examination on Friday, it was very clear that 12E is not answering questions. I don't know if it's deliberate. I don't know if he does not understand the question. I don't know if he doesn't know how to answer questions, but I think it's deliberate. He's not answering questions.
ask the question again.
Isn't it true?
However, his presentation is different from Relly's. It might appear that he's answering questions, but he's not answering questions.
That during the first incident and between the first and second incident, that there was nothing physically preventing Relly from punching or hitting you or Hills or the defendant? That's a yes or a no question. Do you agree that that is correct?
I don't agree.
So my question is, can you
And that's where he's going to have problems. Him being the witness, that is where the credibility issues come in.
tell me, you explain how strong Relly is. You explain that he's stronger than you, he's stronger than the defendant, he's stronger than Hills. So my question is, what exactly was preventing him from punching any of the three of you during the first incident or between the first and the second incident?
I don't know what exactly was stopping him, aside from Hills saying, trying to calm him down. Hills was trying to calm him down. And also, we were trying to get from where we were. So maybe because we were moving, that's the only thing that could have stopped him from hitting us, because we were moving away from him.
Well, Relly did not chase after the three of you running and trying to assault any of you, correct?
He followed us.
I knew he was going to say that.
Do you know the difference between following and chasing somebody?
Well, I feel like there's different ways to follow. You can follow by walking, or you can follow by running.
Yeah, again, this is not somebody that's answering questions.
Was he running after you guys, chasing you at any point in time?
We didn't run, we walked around the corner.
So if you walked around the corner and Relly did not catch up to you, then you agree he was not running after you, trying to catch you, correct?
That's not true, because when we turned the corner, Relly was right next to Hills.
So now your testimony is that in fact Relly was chasing you down, is that correct?
I said Rel was following Hills. He was following Hills.
So when you get to the area where the second incident occurred, I want you to describe exactly what happened when the second incident began. So I want you to actually explain.
I wonder why Lewin is asking questions in this manner. Because again, it's cross. That's a tool he should be using. Yes, no. I mean, he's not getting yes, no responses. So maybe that's why he has him, I guess, testifying a narrative and maybe catch him somewhere.
Walking between the first incident and the second incident, and I want you to now describe how does the second incident start?
And so we're on the same page. Can you explain to me, to yourself, where do you feel as though the second incident started?
Well, the second incident, you testified on direct, started when you get to the parking lot.
No, I know what I said, but you asked me a question. I just want to be able to answer the question efficiently.
When you get to the parking lot, that is when, in your mind, the second incident started, correct?
To me, as soon as we turn the corner.
Okay, so which corner are you describing that you turned? And I'm not gonna make you do streets, because I know it's complicated. My question is, are you talking about when you turn the corner right where the parking lot is, where the second incident starts? Or are you talking about when you turn the corner leaving the first incident?
So basically, from my recollection, because I can't see the video right now, the second incident starts as we turn the corner.
Turn the corner.
As we make the left, I believe we make the left.
Into the parking lot where the second incident, where the shots were fired, or are you talking about when you first leave a block and a half away?
So notice that we left a whole block away. We started walking. We didn't run, because this is still a friend, and there was no plans or anything to do to him. So why would we run from a friend? We just walking down the block. So also giving him time to just, I guess, calm down. So we just walked down the block.
Why would we run from a friend? The prosecution could use that the other way around.
So
basically saying under those circumstances, there was no reason for Relly to, turn around and leave, because at this point they're still kind of friends. So,
you're talking about when you turn left, you mean after you've been walking and you get to where the parking lot is, where the shooting happened, correct?
So as soon as we got down the block and go to turn to the corner, we come around the corner a little bit, Rel attacks the Hills.
Okay, and can you describe how he attacked Ills?
From my recollection, he started swinging. He started just, throwing punches.
And those punches were landing on Ills, correct?
Yes,
And you ended up seeing an injury to Ills' upper knuckles, correct? You've seen the injury, is that right?
excuse me?
Ills or? Not Relly, sorry. My fault. You've seen the injury to Relly's upper knuckles, correct?
I never seen him in person, so can you show me?
So let me ask you, were you aware that Relly suffered an injury the night of November 6th to his upper knuckles? Upper finger, excuse me.
From what I heard, but I never seen the injury.
Okay, I'm gonna show it to you now. Here, I can keep going. See?
Hmm.
This is the 17.
Do you see the injuries to his knuckles? Actually, the top of the fingers, do you see those injuries to the first three?
Yes.
Have you ever seen that before?
I only probably seen it like on the internet, but I never seen it up close. I never seen it.
And did you see it that night?
No,
Your position is you said Ills was getting punched by Relly, correct?
yes,
And I don't want to get myself in trouble. Was that with a fist or an open hand?
I know it was his hand. I'm
Look,
not too
it's
sure
funny.
the positioning of his hand.
You would agree, and you said before in your direct evidence, your direct testimony and cross-examination. On Friday, you said that Relly punched Ills repeatedly with a fist. Do you recall that?
Yes,
So you're now talking about that's the incident you're referring to where Ills was punched by Relly, correct?
yes.
And that was with a fist, correct?
Yeah, fist is on your hand, so I believe so.
And that was multiple times,
What does it mean fist is on your hand?
correct?
I believe so, yes.
And you explained that Relly is extremely strong, correct?
Yes.
Again, for me, prosecution, I probably would have I would have I'm rummaging through my little purse here, but I would have I think I would have brought in medical. But no, probably that's not necessary. No, that's not going to be necessary. Never mind. Disregard that. But I was thinking in terms of distinguishing these injuries from what is this? Injuries you'd sustained while punching somebody, a bullet ricocheting, falling, scraping your knuckles on a pavement, something along those lines. But maybe they just don't have um, anything conclusive as far as medicals are concerned.
And we showed you the pictures of Ills from the next night, and you agreed you couldn't see any visible injuries, correct?
I never said that Ill's face was broken. I never said he had a black and blue on his eyes. I said,
Motion
yeah.
strike is non-responsive.
Yeah, that's where the testimony is not going to come together. Because I don't know. We need fever. Fever's probably working, but we need fever in here. We need fever a little bit. It's just, I don't know. Let's get into it though. Let's get into it.
Okay, listen to my questions. You testified on Friday that you agree.
Luan has really sharp memory. His memory is sharp. As I said before, he does have skill where he can go back and forth in testimony and asking his questions. And I don't see him reading. I don't see him reading his questions out.
That Ills did not have any visible injuries, correct?
Hold on, can you rephrase that? And Do you mean by the video that you showed the next day? You didn't say the video of the event, because we can't.
Well, hold on a minute. Are you saying you remember him having visible injuries?
I'm asking you, can you rephrase it, because you're just saying,
Question is very
saying
clear.
from the video or what event?
Well, let's take it one at a time. You testified on Friday that the visible injury, you said that his lip was bleeding.
His lip was bleeding, yes.
And you agreed that in the video that you saw, you couldn't see his lip bleeding.
Which video? That's what it is.
Well,
Which video?
I've shown you a video
Would you like to show me again?
on Friday.
You're talking about the video that was taken the following day?
Yes, the video
That's
taken
the
the
video he's
following
talking
day,
about.
where he has the flag on. You said, we had it up there.
Yes.
You could not see any visible injury to his face, correct?
Also,
Is
Just
that correct?
amplification.
Yes or no?
yes.
So my question to you is, if Relly is punching him multiple times with his fist, do you know why there was no visible injury?
I have no idea.
I want to now show you, you said that, let me ask it this way.
I'm sorry, folks. Lewin is skilled. This is a display of really good cross-examination skills. I don't necessarily want to compare him to. I'm gonna have to go back to the Weissel trial, and I'm just going to focus on. I'm gonna focus on. We're not gonna do it here today. Maybe we'll do it on Wednesday, because Wednesday, I believe Jason told me that the court won't be in session on Wednesday. But I clearly remember watching the Weissel trial, and as soon as he started asking questions, I said, "This is a skilled cross-examiner." I don't want to compare him to Max Shard, just because I think Lewin might actually be a better cross-examiner. Again, I don't really want to compare them. But I do have to go back, because his temperament is something else. Okay, it's something else. But he's very skilled.
So it's your position that the second incident started because Relly attacked Ills. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's your position that
Oh, Brooklyn, isn't Valentine's Day on Friday? Because if it's on Wednesday, then I'm kind of screwed, because I don't have my stuff. I don't have. Cupid did not deliver Zeta's gift yet, so I don't think it's on Wednesday. I don't think it's on Wednesday, Brooklyn. And do you celebrate? I don't really celebrate holidays, but kids do enjoy that type of stuff.
that incident started and that it was the defendant pulling out what you said is a prop gun in response to that. Is that correct?
Can you rephrase that?
You're saying that the defendant pulled the prop
No,
gun
thanks,
out.
Sally.
What you said is a prop gun.
I was about to say, because my order does not get delivered until Thursday. So I don't know what Cupid's doing. I've tracked my order. My order has been in Chicago since last week, though. I don't know why it's taking forever. Or maybe do they have a warehouse? I don't know. Something's going on.
In response to Relly punching Ills.
From the first situation or the second?
Brooklyn, you should be the one telling us because today's what, 10, 11, 12? I don't know. It might be your birthday. Your birthday's in March. I don't know. Something's going on, but I don't know.
Punching Ills.
From the first situation or the second video? Because I'm trying to be sure.
In the second incident,
Yes.
you said the second incident started.
Benji, were you in the Law and Crime chat today or the Core TV chat today or not?
When all of a sudden, Relly starts attacking Ills, punching him.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you've also,
I don't know, Brooklyn. I thought that was today. Is that on the 12th? Isn't today President's Day? I don't know. Something's happening.
I want to be clear, you said that on direct examination, that is the reason that you saw that the defendant pulled out the gun, because he was trying to protect Ills, who was under attack. Is that correct?
In the second situation. Can you show me the video so we could all see it
Sure.
and I can explain to you?
Well, we're going to watch.
Your testimony. that's why I keep saying I do not know why the judge claimed that 12E is this is not a cooperating witness. Not one bit. Not one bit.
Video, but before that, I'm asking you, that is what you have said, correct?
Yes.
All right, now we're gonna watch the video. I want you to pay close attention as we watch this video. This is people 17. I want you to pay close attention as to whether or not there is contact between Relly and Ills before the defendant pulls out.
This is going to be 12E's biggest problem as far as bias is concerned is his inability to, or let me not say inability, but his resistance to answer truthfully to questions, not even to questions, to evidence that everybody else can see. So, yeah, that is going to be his biggest, not so much his, more so the defense. In the defense, trying to claim that he is an unbiased witness, in that he's credible. That's going to be their biggest challenge.
Out he's gone. You're watching on the top left.
Gosh, you're gonna have to zoom in or something. Sir, madam, somebody.
Stop.
Sorry. Let's quickly go in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have, usually I just go through too much talking. Let's get back to the video.
Stop.
Oh, and Benji, everybody else that watched the halftime show, what were your thoughts? What were your impressions? I watched the halftime show, and my opinion is kind of different from what other folks saw.
You would agree that at this moment right here, that the defendant has removed the gun and is walking towards.
He's not going to agree to this, but let's quickly go back. So this is 12E. This is Rocky. And let's quickly go back. I lost the figures again.
Stop.
Okay, there we go. So this is Rocky, 12E. That is Ills, and I think this is going to be Rally.
You would agree that at this
And he's not going to agree to it.
moment right here, that the defendant has removed the gun and is walking towards where Relly and Ills are, correct?
No.
I want you to tell me, use the pointer. I want you to tell me, identify each person on the screen, please.
Okay. Can you rewind it
Sure.
right here?
Okay, we'll rewind it. Who's in the red?
I'm in the red.
You're the easiest one to identify as the red, right? Okay,
So
stop it.
stop it.
They should have all worn different colors. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
That's Rocky.
Okay.
That's myself. I believe over here is Ills. I can't tell you.
Okay, do you agree that at this point in time, there is no contact, and there has not been any contact at this second incident between Relly and Ills?
Well, yes.
Okay?
He was about to explain some stuff away. That he was about to explain some stuff away, but you know. All right, let's get into it.
We're gonna keep playing it.
I keep pausing at these videos because the videos are what can be interpreted, you know, where you can pretty much make, there's certain parts of the videos where you can make arguments, you know, arguments that can go both ways, but there's certain parts where, you know. Okay, so Brooklyn says there was a Karen Reed special during Super Bowl. What do you mean? Karen Reed? Super Bowl? What do you mean? Do you mean on Law and Crime, or are you saying that there's no way they'll put Karen Reed on the TV? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we'll get into Karen Reed. Maybe that's what we do on Wednesday because there's no court on Wednesday. But I pretty much wanted to do Karen Reed all at once. We'll see how we'll do that. And then Callie says the halftime show made me realize I listened to Gen X a little too much, and the subliminal message of the current state of America didn't go unnoticed. Okay, so Benji's at work, had to help a customer. What did I miss? Benji, I want to know what you what you made of Kendrick Lamar's I was gonna say testimony, his performance. His performance. I want to know how it went. What did you think?
Stop.
And I have another, what is this? I have another gift card, okay? I have another gift card. I know, Benji, do you somebody, do you guys want an Amazon gift card? Do you want something? I can do a giveaway, but it will have to be on a day when will have to be on a day when I think most people are around to take it. And then Brooklyn said she gave an interview to Fox 25 Boston. Who advised her to do that? Now I have to listen to it because I hate it when I cannot stand it when criminal defendants give interviews, but now I have to, I guess I have to listen to it.
Okay. Watch it again. And I'm going to ask you when we get there, would you agree that the defendant turns around and pulls out his gun? Stop. Gun is coming out now. And I want you
I
to.
wonder why is he ambidextrous or something? I'm trying to figure out why, because I think this would be the left, or is that because the way that Lewin is presenting this is as if he's holding the gun in the left hand, right? And if that's the case, I'm wondering why. Is that just natural for him to do? Because if you're right-handed, because I'm right-handed and I do most things with my right hand.
Point to where the defendant is and where Ills is.
Well, I see the defendant, but I don't see him pulling out the gun. I don't see him.
You go and you point to where the defendant is, I'm sorry, where Ills is and where Relly is.
So this would be the defendant.
Yeah.
This would be myself.
Yeah.
Over here would be Ills.
Yeah.
And I believe this would be Red.
Would you agree that up to this point, Relly, at this second incident, has not made any physical contact with Ills?
He plays video.
All right, Benji, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you because you're the youngest one here. I have to get it though. I think it's a $50 gift card. It's an Amazon gift card. But send me an email. Send me an email and I'll send it to you that way. Okay? Send me the email. And then let me see, because we're starting at 8:30 today. It's somewhere in here because I know Zeta was playing with it. They gave me a gift card at work, like an Amazon. I don't shop on Amazon. I mean, every once in a while if I have to buy something cheap from China, but I don't know. I might as well give it away to somebody. So I'll give it to you. Just send me an email, and then I'll try my very best to send it tonight. Because the problem is I don't read emails, but I'll definitely send it to you before the week is over. Yeah, I'll send it to Benji. I'll send it to Benji because he's out there working. Benji's out there working. Yeah, Olbeck, I have a lot of gift cards out here. I have Kohl's and some other stuff. I don't know. They even gave me gift cards for a grocery store that I don't even shop at. So I'll first see if they have. I think that's an East Coast grocery store though. So I don't know that Benji can do anything with that. Yeah, but yeah, send me an email. I'll send it to you. After this, I'm working a little bit, but I will send it to you.
Listen to my question. Up until this point, and I'll keep playing, do you agree that there has been no physical contact that Relly has made with Ills?
Right here, there's no physical contact.
And no physical contact right before, correct?
Right before we turned on. Right before he had no contact. Right
Okay, that's at 56 seconds.
Depending on the trial, they will combine surveillance later on.
Wait, is he still coughing? Hold on, I need to go back. She's still coughing.
Right before we turned on. Right before he had no contact. Right
Okay, that's at 56 seconds.
Depending on the trial, they will combine surveillance later on.
Right before we turned on. Right before he had no contact. Right
Okay, that's at 56 seconds.
Depending on the trial, they will combine surveillance later on.
You said what? Somebody said something.
Excuse me?
No, we're just clarifying for the record, sir. So you would agree, this is the beginning of the second incident, correct?
I was,
Yeah, I have a gift card. I was gonna actually I have more gift cards. I have a whole bunch of gift cards. I don't know why they were giving out gift cards. This is from, I mean, it's from my colleagues for Christmas, and also for my birthday, and they keep getting gift cards, and they know I don't like gift cards. Um, yeah, I don't like gift cards. I'd use them for Zeta, but Zeta has too much nonsense, and I generally don't like buying stuff from Amazon. So I figured I'll give it to folks that will actually make good use of it.
say this is the second incident, yes.
Is it the beginning of the second incident?
No, because I would say the beginning of the
It's not the beginning. Is it the middle?
second incident is when Relly puts his hands on Hills. So that's when it becomes an incident. Because before then,
Listen to this, man. Listen to this, man.
you believe it.
So the second incident hasn't started yet, according to you, correct? Because there's been no hands. Is that right?
It's no hands from it. It's nothing going on from anybody right now.
Okay, so I just want to be clear. So in your position, where we are,
This is where the biases and the credibility issues are going to come in.
right now, at 56 seconds, the incident has not started yet, correct? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Watch.
No, Brooklyn, she does have an iPad. But it's restricted. She cannot go on Roblox on the iPad. It's restricted. I don't remember what the age restrictions are, but there are certain things she cannot have on there, and that's why she takes my phone. But she only takes my phone when we're home, so when she's at school, it's not an issue.
Yeah, correct? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Watch. Stop. You would agree that the defendant advances towards where Relly and Ills are before Relly makes any attempt to make contact with Ills. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
Would you agree that before there's any contact between Relly and Ills, the defendant has already taken out his gun?
That's not correct.
Okay? Please play it, rewind it, and we'll play it going forward. Okay? Keep watching, sir.
I know that looks like pointing motion to me, though. What do you guys see here? That looks like a firearm, and it's in his left hand, which I'm not quite understanding, but he might be ambidextrous.
Keep watching, sir. Will it stop?
I don't know. I have questions, but let's let it play out.
Where were you when this second incident started?
Well, referring to when I said it began,
Yeah.
when Relly attacked Ills, I was right there. I was right next to him.
What did you do as soon as the defendant, you saw him take out his gun? What did you do?
Can you rephrase that?
Sir, what is so difficult? What is so difficult about okay, so Callie says her eyes are terrible. All she sees are little figures. Brooklyn, I see ghosts, I see a red shirt, but it means nothing. I think to me, I can pretty much see the tussling is what I cannot quite make out. I cannot make out if there's punching or there's a human shield. But as far as the red and the black, you can pretty much see the motions.
As soon as the defendant, you saw him take out his gun, what did you do?
Can you rephrase that?
Sure.
When the defendant took out his gun, he ran towards that wall for safety, correct?
No, I ran towards the wall. When, if you could play it, you could see Rel coming towards me. That's when
These people are still holding on to each other.
I moved.
Play it again. So your position is you were going, I thought Relly is attacking Ills. Is Relly attacking Ills or is he going after you? Which is-
So Relly hit Ills, he got Ills out the way, and then he tried to hit me. And I stated before, I'm not fighting Rel because my knee hurt me.
We're gonna
So
play.
I juked and moved.
We're gonna play, and I want you to tell me, I want you to yell stop when you see the point where Relly is trying to hit you.
That's a difficult position to be in.
Stop.
This is where you're saying Relly's trying to hit you.
Yep, and then you see me moving.
Let me ask you, you would agree that by this time, the defendant has the gun out, correct?
The warning shot came.
Did he have the gun out or not?
By this point in time, the defendant has the gun out already.
The prop is out after Ills is attacked, not before, after.
Listen to my question. It's pretty simple. I'm not asking you about when Ills was attacked. I'm saying at this point in the video, before you start running towards the wall, he has the gun out, correct? That's a yes or a no.
I don't recall.
I don't know. How? Wait. Oh. All right.
I recall the prop being out after Relly attacked, after Relly moved, never before.
Let's
Not
watch
before I ran.
it. Watch it again, please. You said you don't recall, and then you all of a sudden recall. So
I'm just recalling about it.
watch it again.
That's the statement by Mr. Edwards.
Stop. In fact, sir, you don't run until the defendant fires the first shot, correct?
I don't run
Video man, I need you to show you. We're trying to see something too now.
until after Relly tries to hit me.
Better yet, Benji, I want you to reply to the email that you shared with me last week, because now I don't want to have to go to sift through things to see if this is in fact the correct Benji. So the email that you sent me last, I think it was on Friday or Thursday, reply to that email.
Listen to my question. Did you just see, sir, listen, do you see the defendant firing a shot in what we just saw? We'll play it again for you.
Can't play me again.
Sure. Stop.
That's the first shot.
And you start running right after that shot, correct?
Relly is already running towards me, so
Listen, motion strikes, non-response. I'm not asking what Relly did. I'm asking you, this is a yes or no question.
I did not run from the shots.
Listen to my question. I'm not asking you what you ran from. Listen. Isn't it true that the timing, you do not run until after that first shot is fired? Yes or no?
Well, yes.
I was starting to get frustrated, but like, just answer the question. This is a skilled, listen, this is a skilled prosecutor. And I bet you if he, if he ever became defense, I don't know that he's going to switch anytime soon. He'd make a pretty darn good defense attorney.
Okay. And it's your position, sir, that you knew it was a prop gun when it came out, correct?
Yes.
And it's your position that Relly knew it was a prop gun when it came out, correct?
Yes.
Once you agree,
You know what's weird about the responses? As far as, what he knew, he being 12E, what 12E knew about Raleigh as it relates to the charges is that he wants the jury to believe that Raleigh knew it was a prop gun. But when he's asked about anything else that relates to Raleigh, his responses are that he cannot answer that because he does not know what Raleigh was thinking.
Mr. Phillips, that's what's happening in that video is not Relly attacking Ills. It's him trying to use Ills as a shield so he doesn't get shot.
No,
Let's run it, please. Stop.
Yeah, folks, let's focus. Let's zoom in. I might need to watch it. No, I cannot watch it on the TV because then this stuff will be recommended to Zeta. So,
You agree at this point in time at, I can't see, at 55 seconds, Relly still has not hit Ills yet, correct?
correct.
Okay, and you would agree that right at this point in time, this is when the gun is gonna come out, and that the defendant is going to advance towards where Relly and Ills are, is
I
that
don't
correct? You don't agree with
I
that?
don't agree.
Watch the video, please.
what did they never got back in session? Or maybe, oh, there they go. Oh, they just returned. Kind of, not really. I don't know.
Stop. He is about to fire the shot. Do you agree?
You said he's about to?
Yes, right
Oh,
then.
okay, so can you play it one more time?
I'm gonna play through, but do you agree he's about to fire the shot?
No, can I see it?
Yeah,
Just so I
okay.
can explain it to you?
Do you agree that you have not started moving yet at that point in time, correct? You're not running yet, right? We'll play it again. Go ahead. That's okay. Gun is out. And now he's about to
Come on,
fire.
man.
Boom. Shot happens and you run after, correct?
I run because if you
That is not what I asked you. Motion strike is non-responsive.
Objection. Stop. The answer is non-responsive.
Sir,
He's asking you a question.
Okay, I'm
Wait, hold on. He's asking you a question which calls for a yes or a no.
I'm not asking you why you ran. I'm asking you, isn't it true that you do not run until after the defendant fired the shot?
That's not true.
That is not true. So play it one more time, and I want you to tell me when the shot is fired. You tell me when you see that first shot fired, please.
Yes.
Okay, you tell me, you say stop when the first shot is fired.
Stop.
Okay. Do you agree, sir, you are just about to start running, but you have not started running yet? Agreed?
After the first shot,
Yes.
I'm not running. You see me still right there.
Okay, the first shot's fired. Keep playing.
Then you see me run. That's not a shot.
So what I asked you before was, isn't it true that the first shot was fired before there was ever any contact between? You said,
That's
no,
right,
you
Callie.
agree. When you watch this, the first shot is fired before your allegation that Relly was attacking you, is correct?
That is not true. On the
Okay.
video, you can see.
Motion strike, everything after that is not true. Isn't it true, sir, that the reason that you ran after the first shot was because you knew it was not a prop gun and you were worried that you might get shot in the crossfire?
No.
I was gonna pause the video here so I could go get the gift card, but I think I'll just do it once I end. I'll end in probably about 15 minutes because I need to work, okay? But I need to work, but I'm also kind of invested in this trial.
How many shots did you hear getting fired?
I want to say just two. But after the first,
No, that's enough. I want you to keep watching the video. And I want you to tell me when you see the second shot being fired. Okay. Let me just stop for a second. Would you agree that between shots, that Relly is grabbing Ills and trying to use him as a shield?
No, really, the whole time,
Motion strike,
The answer
everything
no?
after was no.
All right, the answer's no.
Would you agree that after the first shot was fired, that the defendant is maneuvering his gun in what appears to be an attempt to find a line of fire toward Relly?
no.
All right, let's play it, please.
All right, cameraman, come on.
Stop. Is this what we've just seen? Is this where you are saying that Relly was punching Ills?
Yes,
And is this also where you are saying that having watching this, you do not believe that Relly was attempting to use Ills as a shield?
I do not believe that.
And let me ask them, did you see during the second shot, did you see between the first and second shot, the defendant repositioning himself and running around himself?
Can you rephrase that?
Between the first and second shots, did you see the defendant repositioning himself and the gun?
From my recollection, I've never seen
From the
him
video, sir.
position the gun. I seen him have his hand, I believe.
Motion strike, everything else is on the process. Let's play that again, please. I want you to watch.
Cameraman, can you show us?
Sir, isn't it true that what you just saw, if you saw between the first and second shots, Relly holding Ills, trying to keep Ills between he and the defendant literally running around with his gun, attempting to get a line of sight on Relly?
No,
Let me ask you something. You testified that everybody, including Relly, knew it was a prop gun, right?
yes,
If it's a prop gun, and Rocky knows that everyone knows it's prop gun, can you tell me, are you aware of why he would have a need to be repositioning himself between shots? Do you know?
no.
Would you agree that if it's a prop gun,
All right, sounds good, Brooklyn. Sounds good. But I will be back. I'll be back tonight. We'll go with 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. I'll be back up here. That's gonna give me enough time to parent, finish working, take my shower, get ready for bed.
and that Relly knows it's a prop gun, that it's going to have no effect on stopping Relly from doing anything because he already knows it's prop gun.
Correct, because it didn't stop him.
So we know, you're saying it didn't stop him. This is my question. Your testimony is that the entire time, Relly knows this is a prop gun.
Yes,
You're telling me that when it's pulled on him at the first scene, he basically says, put that fake gun away, correct?
yes,
You're telling me that the second scene, when the gun is taken out and fired, Relly knows it is a prop gun, correct?
yes,
You're telling me that when Relly is running around, that he still knows it's prop gun, correct?
he wasn't running around, he's hitting it, so he's not running nowhere.
But that entire time, you're saying Relly knows it's prop gun.
Yes,
Can you tell me, are you aware, sir, of how that prop gun, if Relly knows it's a prop gun, how that in any way is going to stop him from allegedly attacking Ills? Do you know?
well, just the sound, that's all I can say is the sound.
So you're telling me that even though Relly knows it's not real, that he's going to stop attacking Ills because of the sound from a fake gun that he knows is fake?
That's funny.
It was the sound from the prop, also the sound from the car alarms. It was drawing a lot of attention to the situation. So as you can see, Relly didn't run. He got a couple more hits on Ills.
Motions, okay, fine. Can you tell me how does this incident end?
How does this incident end?
How does it end?
Okay, well, after the incident, as you can see, there's a lot of attention being drawn to us. The call alarms are going off. I push Rocky, yo, bro, let's go. We out. Because our voice before,
Hey, I don't know. Let's move on because I was going to go back to the garage response. Let's move
yo,
on.
we should have been left, you know? So now we're leaving. We're going in the opposite direction.
Let me stop you. You would agree, Mr. Phillips, that this incident ended because you literally pushed Rocky away, and that his initial response was to push back at you as if he wanted to go back and do some more. Would you agree?
No.
Let's watch the video, please.
All right, come on,
Stop.
zoom in now.
Would you agree, sir? You are literally pushing Rocky away, who is trying to advance towards back what is going on.
So actually,
Motion to strike is non-responsive. That is a yes or a no.
can you phrase your question, please?
Isn't it true that what you just watched, you are literally pushing Rocky away from going back towards where Relly and Hills were?
Yes.
Correct? So, you would agree that as this incident ends, none of you stop to pick up any casings, correct?
Rephrase that?
That is
When-
actually a good question. That is a good question. I did not think about asking what's his name? I did not think about asking 12E about the shell casings. That's a good question.
When this incident ends, none of the three of you, Hills, the defendant, yourself, stop to pick up any casings that are at the scene, right?
No.
Is that correct?
No,
Yeah, that is a brilliant question. That is Lewin he's pretty sharp. That is actually a really good question.
I left the scene.
Right. None of you go, do any of you pick up any expended
We
casings?
all left the scene, sir.
Did you pick up any expended casings?
No,
Did anybody at the scene that you saw pick up expended casings?
no.
In fact, Relly didn't pick up anything either, correct?
And the good thing about that question is because the witness does not exactly know where it's going, but that is a darn good question. That's a really good question.
I have no idea what really did it.
I thought you said you were watching them the whole time.
Oh, I'm saying you said that he picked something up.
You told us, continue to watch the video, I want you to watch it, and you previously testified that you were watching Relly the whole time. Defendant is running away in this, right?
Yes, he got it.
He's gone.
Yes.
You would agree, sir, that at no point in time did the rest, any of the three of you that were left, pick up anything off the ground, correct?
I didn't pick anything up.
And did you see Hills pick anything up?
He picked himself up off the floor.
That's not what I asked you. Did Hills pick up anything off the ground?
I don't think so.
Did Relly pick up anything off the ground?
Rel was, if you can see the
Motion
video,
to strike is non-responsive. Did you see Relly pick up anything?
I didn't see Rel pick up anything.
So, it's your position that the first time that you ever saw the injuries to Relly's hand was when?
I'm not too sure the specific date, but it was only on Ron.
Okay, you ever hit anybody? You ever been in a fight yourself in your life?
Yes.
When you hit them, do you hit them with your knuckles or do you hit them with the injury that he has to his hands?
Well, I'm not too sure how everybody else throws their punches. You know what I'm saying?
Kelly's
Some people
funny.
don't know how to throw
Yeah, this man's not answering questions, not one bit.
a punch. So I can't tell you how somebody else throws a punch.
Well, you basically said that Relly is a very strong guy. You worked out with him. Do you think, based on your experience, knowing Relly for 20-something years, do you think Relly knows how to throw a punch?
No,
Oh, you don't think Relly knows how to?
no.
Wait,
So it's your position.
wait. now Raleigh doesn't know how to punch? Wait, what? Let's go back. What?
How everybody else throws their punches, you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna find
But it was only on
you saw the injuries to Relly's hand was when.
I'm not too sure the specific date, but it was only on Ron.
Okay. You ever hit anybody? You're gonna find yourself in your life.
Yes.
When you hit them, do you hit them with your knuckles or do you hit them with?
I mean, I gave Lewin his closer. Okay, hopefully he uses it. Okay, the closer that I gave Lewin. The last question you ask this man. Okay, pretty much ask him. I mean, now he's just admitted that he's been in a fight before. Okay, so I'd pretty much ask him something along the lines of when you're fighting friends, blah blah. And then as far as whether he's ever fought Rocky, probably not. So I wouldn't ask that specific questions. But I'll pretty much end my cross with, do you think that ASAP Rocky will ever shoot you? He's obviously going to say no. I mean, Tagapina might object as well. But the good thing about that response is it's going to explain Rally's conduct, why Rally did not think that ASAP Rocky would actually shoot him.
The injury that he has to his hands.
Well, I'm not too sure how everybody else throws their punches. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even know how to throw a punch, so I can't tell you how somebody else throws a punch.
Well, you basically said that Relly is a very strong guy. You worked out with him. Do you think, based on your experience, knowing Relly for 20-something years, do you think Relly knows how to throw a punch?
No.
Oh, you don't think Relly knows how to?
No.
Okay.
What?
So it's your position that the injuries on the fingers were from Relly punching Ills.
I believe so. I feel as though you could see him fighting Ills, and I think he hit the floor.
Most of the strike, everything is after yes, it's on the spot. So I simply asked a yes or no question. He added. You can repeat. Isn't it true that the reason that you got the defendant out of there was because you understood that he had just shot at somebody with a firearm, and you were concerned that he was going to be in a bucket load of trouble?
No.
And it's your position that at that time, at that date, you knew that there was no way that the defendant could have done any damage to anybody because that was a fake gun.
It was a prop, yes.
And it's your position that Relly also knew that there was no way that the injuries that he had could have been from a gun because the prop gun that the defendant shot at him with was a phony, correct? Wasn't a real gun.
Can you rephrase that?
So you would agree that Relly also was aware that night that there was no way the injuries on his hand could have been caused by getting shot by the defendant because it was prop gun, wasn't real.
I believe that, yes.
When did you first become aware that Relly was asking Mr. Mayers and his management team for money as a result of the incident?
Oh, wow.
20.
That's actually a good question. I would not have gone down that route, but I understand Lewin here. All right, teach me, Lewin, teach me. Yeah, that's actually a really good question.
The team for money as a result of the incident.
Probably 2022.
So you would agree that as soon as you would have heard this, you would have known that that request was bogus because it wasn't a real gun, right?
Can you rephrase that?
As soon as you would have heard that Relly was trying to get money for allegedly being shot at, you would have known that that was a bogus allegation, an untrue allegation, because it was a prop gun and the defendant could have never shot him, right?
Of course, yes.
So, after you found that out, tell me when you went to the police to tell them what you knew.
I didn't go to the police.
Oh, wow. That is a good question. That is a good question.
Now,
I would have never thought to ask that.
you discovered at a later point in time that not only had Relly gone to the police, but that the defendant had been charged in this case, correct?
Yes.
And as soon as you
Man,
knew,
that is a brilliant question. I don't know if you guys can hear Alexa or not. She's telling me it's time to go get Zeta.
that, as soon as you heard it, you knew that those charges were unfair and never happened, correct?
Correct.
Did you go to the police then?
No.
Did you
Wow! I'm sorry. Lewin is good. Lewin is really good.
prosecutor?
I didn't even know who the prosecutor was, so no.
So you were unable to figure out who to contact? Is that why you didn't go forward?
For one, I just didn't know, I didn't, nobody said the prosecutor wanted to speak to me, nobody said the LAPD wanted to speak to me.
Listen to my question. I'm not saying whether they wanted to speak with you. This is your brother, who you're saying is being charged unfairly for a crime he didn't commit. And you have the evidence to prove it didn't happen.
Yes.
My question is, why didn't you come forward to tell the police and
I'm
prosecutors?
sorry, folks. That was a good question. That I did not. That was a good question.
What you knew?
Well, I don't have a particular reason, but they charged him. I guess it was going to trial. I believe I can tell my truth here. I didn't have to tell the LAPD or anybody else.
But you didn't have a particular reason. Wouldn't a particular reason be that your brother is facing serious charges and you are able to tell the authorities it's not true?
I've never been in a situation where you could just go to, I guess, the law and tell them this will happen and the person is innocent.
Wait, what?
So you couldn't figure out on your own.
Sorry. What did he say?
Situation where you could just go to, I guess, the law and tell them this will happen and the person is innocent.
So you couldn't figure out on your own, Mr. Phillips, that you could have picked up the phone, called Rocky's lawyers, called Rocky himself.
Brooklyn said. Brooklyn said Lewin is too aggressive. Brooklyn doesn't want me to act like this in court.
The police call prosecutors to say, hey, listen.
He's not. This is not aggression. This is not. When he yells, maybe, but this is not aggressive. He's just not letting up. That's how you do cross-examination.
This is not true. You couldn't figure that out on your own. Is that your testimony?
I've never seen that opportunity available.
What?
Is that your testimony?
I've never seen that opportunity available.
He's never seen what available?
At some point, you became aware that Relly had gone to the.
All right, folks, 5 minutes. I'm going to have to start making my dinner. I'm getting my kid situated. She needs to get off the phone. And then I'll be back at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. But, 5 minutes. I'm so nosy. I'm trying to go, but I'm also not trying to go. But I also don't want to burn food. And I need to finish up my summary.
Police. My question is, when did you learn that he'd gone to the police?
To be honest, like I said, it had to be 2022. I'm not too sure.
So you're saying you did not know that Relly had gone to the police until sometime in 2022?
Yes.
Now, you knew for sure by April 2022 because it was being published on different websites that Relly was a snitch and a rat, correct?
No.
Oh, you didn't know about that? What number? 22? Who's that on the left side of the screen?
What?
Hey, is that right?
Who's on the right side?
Barbie.
Barry's another brother of yours, right?
Yes.
This is dated April 20th, 2022. You know what no jumper is, correct?
I've said that before. I said it sometime last week. Prosecutor, I'd have called Barry up there. I'd have done it.
I'm aware of what the platform is, but I'm not a supporter of Jumper.
So I want to ask you something. When's the first time that you saw
I don't know. Are they gonna pull out a tweet or something with him liking the post?
this post that says, at ASAP, Barry says that ASAP Relly snitched on ASAP Rocky causing his arrest earlier this morning. When's the first time that you ended up hearing that, seeing that?
Well, this is my first time seeing this post. So
You've never seen that post before today?
I have my own business. I'm not a part of the jumper.
So I'm not asking you a part of the jumper.
I'm not a part of no jumper.
When did you first learn that Relly was being labeled a snitch and a rat by other ASAP members and by the rap community?
But they're checking other ASAP members and the rap community. One person here. Check the characterization mistakes here.
That's
On record.
Now that's, let's keep the objection again, I'm just responding to that, giving.
You're right.
Is the judge asleep? Come on now, Judge.
Is Stacy,
Judge mistakes here.
all right, read it back.
There's a question, so I'm not misstating my answer.
When did you first learn that Relly was being labeled a snitch and a rat by other ASAP members and by the rap community?
Also,
I'm not misstating anything. Overall, I'm like,
Can you rephrase it?
can you read it back, please?
When did you first learn that Relly was being labeled a snitch and a rat by other ASAP members and by the rap community?
So I never learned from other ASAP members that he was being called a rat.
Well, so you mean that you guys were not talking? That's kind of hard to believe.
I'm not a follower of no jumper, you know, and Relly is not a musician. So other musicians aren't talking about Relly.
So you're telling me that these other ASAP members who you refer to as you are all brothers, correct?
Right.
Yes.
ASAP Bari is a brother, correct?
And to be honest,
Just answer the damn question. What do you have to say to be honest? Aren't you being honest the whole time?
Yes or no?
I haven't seen Barbie. I haven't seen it.
I have a question.
I don't. He has like a smirk of deception. There's something there.
When I'm asking you a question, instead of looking at me, you look over at the jury. Is there a reason why you're not looking at me when I'm asking you questions and why you're looking directly at the jury?
I'm looking at everybody. I'm giving eye contact with everybody in the room.
Has anybody told you that when you answer questions, you want to turn and look at the jury? You've been directed to do that?
No, but I have answered
Most
questions.
right, everything else is non-responsive.
everything after knows.
So this is my question. ASAP Bari, you referred to him as a brother. I'm not done with my question. You previously referred to him as a brother. Now you are saying, not only did you not hear anything about
And I
these
want
rap,
to be
these
dishonest.
rap allegations involving Relly from Bari, but you never heard about it from any other ASAP. Is that correct?
No,
Is that correct?
no.
It is not correct.
No or yes?
I haven't heard it from anybody else in ASAP. And this is my first time seeing this. Like I said, I do not follow no jumper.
What happened to the gun that was used in this?
All right, we're gonna stop there because I want to know what happened to the gun as well. I want to know what happened to the gun as well. So that's where we're going to stop. Okay, so Old Bag says the prosecutor is too aggressive. I really dislike him. Aggression is subjective. He's not letting up. He's not letting up. All right, folks. So we will reconvene 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then Benji, I did see your email. I saw your email. So I'm gonna mark it as unread because otherwise I'll forget. So I'll be back again 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then we get into this because I want to know what happened to the gun, okay? And then hopefully Jerome will be able to join us. Big shout out to Old Bag, okay? I know Old Bag did not crack any jokes today though, so I don't know what's going on with Old Bag. I have questions. About Old Bag. But shout out to Kelly, Fever, Benji, Brooklyn, Jason. Shout out to everybody and shout out to the replay crew, okay? Big shout out to Sarah. I'll be back 8:30 p.m. Eastern time.